So here's some images that correspond with the words of Psalm 104. O my soul, bless God. Another word for praise. Bless God. God, my God, how great you are. Beautifully, gloriously robed, dressed up in sunshine, and all heaven stretched out for your tent. You built your palace on the ocean deeps, made a chariot out of clouds. Those clouds look a little bit like chariots, don't they? And took off on wind wings, the wings of the wind. You commandeered winds as messengers, appointed fire and flame as ambassadors. You set earth on a firm foundation so that nothing can shake it ever. You blanketed earth with ocean, covered the mountains with deep waters. Then you roared, and the water ran away. Your thunder crash put it to flight. And there's the rushing water there in the picture. Mountains pushed up, valleys spread out in the places you assigned them. Pictures of creation, aren't they? Of the creation process. You set boundaries between earth and sea. Never again will earth be flooded. A reminder of the covenant in Genesis 9, where God promised never again to flood the earth and destroy mankind. You started the springs and rivers, sent them flowing among the hills. All the wild animals now drink their fill. Wild donkeys quench their thirst. Along the riverbanks, the birds build nests. Ravens, which I think is what we have in this image, make their voices heard. You water the mountains from your heavenly cisterns. Earth is supplied with plenty of water. You make grass grow for the livestock, hay for the animals that plow the ground. Oh yes, God brings grain from the land, wine to make people happy, their faces glowing with health, a people well-fed and hearty. God's trees are well-watered. The Lebanon cedars, this is a picture of the cedars of Lebanon, magnificent trees. The Lebanon cedars he planted. Birds build their nests in those trees. Look, the stork at home in the treetop. Mountain goats climb about the cliffs. Astonishing, isn't it, the agility of a mountain goat. I've seen images recently of mountain goats climbing up a huge dam, almost vertical. Amazing grip on those hooves. Mountain goats climb about the cliffs. Badgers burrow among the rocks. The moon keeps track of the seasons. The sun is in charge of each day. When it's dark and night takes over, all the forest creatures come out, the nocturnal animals. The young lions roar for their prey, clamoring to God for their supper. When the sun comes up, they vanish, lazily stretched out in their dens. Meanwhile, and I think this is a picture from East London. Looks like one of our buses, doesn't it? Is that right? Can't quite read the name, but anyway. Men and women go out to work, busy at their jobs until evening. What a wildly wonderful world, God. You made it all with wisdom at your side, made earth overflow with your wonderful creations. And just popping up some images here of flowers and fox and an owl and what's that thing called on the left side? Not a green fly, a dragonfly. That's right. Couldn't think of the name. And a moth and perhaps what's this little fella down here? This is a bullfinch. A bullfinch, right? Oh, terrific. Thanks. Just images of creation, the variety of creation, the beauty of creation. is a bit more, as the writer turns his attention to sea life, that department of creation. Oh, look, the deep, wide sea brimming with fish, past counting. Now, this doesn't appear in the original text, but he's added in some details here. Sardines and sharks and salmon, ships, 4 S's there, plough those waters. And Leviathan, that creature of the deep, we're not exactly sure what it refers to, and perhaps it was more of a fictional creature, but the Leviathan, your pet dragon, romps in them, in those waters. All the creatures look expectantly to you to give them their meals on time. Quite a good-looking goat, that, isn't it? As goats go, that's a pretty good-looking one, I'd say. Wouldn't mind stroking that one. Is it a sheep? Oh, my goodness. Is it? Are you sure? Anyway, I'll take your word for it, Pete. I'm not... You come and they gather round. This is the Lord who comes. You open your hand and they eat from it. If you turned your back, they die in a minute. Take back your spirit and they die. Revert to original mud, or dust in our translation. Back to the dust. Send out your spirit and they spring to life. The whole countryside in bloom and blossom. The glory of God. Let it last forever. Let God enjoy his creation.